Hello everybody and welcome back to the Library of Ruina. Alrighty, so in this episode we are going to be going after a requested mod that I had a heck of a time finding, but I did end up finding it. So we begin with the Golden Sparks Records. Now, it's not actually called this on the Steam page. It's called, let me check, the Sparks Office. However, this is the one we're looking for, so I don't know why the name is different in-game than it is on the Steam page. But then again, it was also really hard to find, so I have a feeling that there might be a little bit of wackiness going on. But he has 761 health, 390 stagger resist. Very odd numbers. Susanoo. Draw one additional card and restore one additional light at the start of each scene. When HP drops to 350, fully recover stagger resist and manifest ego. HP cannot drop below 350 before this occurs. If the character enters a new act after having manifested ego this reception, manifest it on the second scene. The Golden Spark. This character is able to use combo pages, cannot overlap. If this character would be inflicted with paralysis, they gain electrified instead, which increases the maximum roll value of random dice by 3. Turning point. Dice power +1 against enemies with slower speed, while HP is at 50% or less, dice power +1. So he gains up to +2 for free. Gotcha. Feedback. Gain a counter die, pierce 3 to 9 at combat start. Breakdown. On use, restore 2 light if speed is higher than targets. All dice on this page gain +1 power. On clash lose, add +2 power to next die. On clash win, gain 1 haste and electrified next scene. For an electrified is for the scene, X dice have their maximum roll value increased by 3 when using pages. Okay, right. Okay. Golden Thrust. Restore 2 light if speed is higher than targets. Draw 2 pages. Oh, Combo Thunder Dancer. Upon using Golden Thrust, Eye of Storm, and reaping the victim's tears, gain access to a special combat page. A Spark of Rebellion. On use if speed is higher than targets, add a single-use copy of A Spark of Rebellion to all other allies' hands. Which supposedly he does not have. On hit, inflict 1 paralysis next scene. On hit, gain 1 strength and 2 haste next scene. And counter die on clash win, restore 1 light. Black Thunder. On use, restore 1 light, gain 2 electrified next scene. On clash win, add +2 power to next die. On hit, inflict 3 bleed and 1 paralysis next scene. And gain 1 electrified next scene. Eye of the Storm. If speed is higher than targets, dice on this page gain +2 power, and on hit, inflict 1 feeble and bleed this scene. On hit, inflict 2 paralysis and bleed next scene. On clash win or lose, gain 1 electrified next scene. Harbinger. On use, deal 20 damage to self. All dice on this power gain on hit, recover HP equal to the amount of damage dealt. On clash lose, gain 1 negative emotion point. Add a blunt die, roll 13 to 21. On hit, recover HP to the amount of damage dealt to the dice queue. So never try to counter this. And reap the victim's tears. On use, draw 2 pages. If user has 3 or more electrified, draw an additional page. Add +1 power if target has paralysis. And on hit, inflict 3 paralysis next scene if the attack was one-sided. So, something I want to point out. This is definitely a guy from Persona, but just recolored, right? Like, am I losing my mind there? I swear this guy is from Persona. I don't know which Persona. I think it's 3. Maybe it's 4. I don't know. But it's not 5. I know it's before 5, because I don't even think there's a 6. Okay, as for the floor we're going to take, Angelos. Actually, this one is Angelina. The one on Hakma's 4 is Angel OS. So, let's give it a try with Unity! Expectation does go through relatively easily. Shared Vision is going to allow us to win a couple clashes. How to declare working out extremely well for us. His counter dice is unfortunately going to stop a bit of our damage. Luckily, with all the power of Unity, we should be perfectly fine, all things considered. Swift offense is going to give us a lot of smoke to work with. Havoc logic is going to heal up that damage that we took. Unity bolster is going to empower everyone else. You'll love to see it. So he is taking more damage. Of course, we do have to worry about him doing his ego stuff. Let's see. If we have 7+ smoke, we do not. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go for Pack Onslaught, and I'm also going to go Guidance of the Gears. Then, over here, I'm going to go for... Let's go for Unity Coordination, just to do a bit more damage. We'll also go for Unity Intercede. I will go for Ranga, and then I will also go for Mook, just to do some damage. Then over here, we're going to go Unity Courage and Unity Expectation before we finish it off with Unit Strike and Unity Intercede. By the way, I am using some new recording settings, so hopefully there's a noticeable difference. Hopefully the bitrate is a bit better. Maybe it's a little bit more clear. I don't know. YouTube is kind of weird. I've only tested it with one other video so far, so if it doesn't look good, let me know, and I'll change it. But if it looks fine, then hooray, we'll keep it. So I'm hoping it does look good, but we'll certainly see. But other than that, we are going to go for Courage. That way we're empowered based on the amount of allies that we have. It seems very fitting for Angela to have. Dayside. If speed is higher than targets, increase the maximum and... Oh. Well, your speed is guaranteed faster, so not a lot to be done about that. I'm going to go for Wheels just to do some damage. And then... How much glory do we have? 3, so we'll recycle it 3 times? Or wait, hang on. Change plans, hang on. So we go Alias right here. Try and win that clash. Then we go Wheels. By the way, the game is really lagging right now. Maybe those settings aren't as good as I thought they were. Who knows, though? Okay, so we're going to go for some Rationality. Then we're going to go for Bulwark just to try and buff ourselves up. We don't really need Fearlessness. Shared Vision. Ally gains 2 strength. Yeah, why not? We'll go for Unity Hope and try and win that clash, though I'm not feeling especially good about it. So we're also going to go for United March. We do have enough for Continuous Battle to give us some good value, and then I'm going to go for Unity Bolster. Okay, we do win the clash, which allows us to get quite a bit of damage. He is going to get the extra 6 power, but we do manage to clash his second dice. Holy! We also get through both of his counter dice, which is going to allow us to do quite a bit of damage. Unfortunately, it's immediately offset by the fact that he's about to go into Ego. But we are going to get a good amount of emotion coins. It's just kind of a shame that we're not doing more damage. But what are you going to do? I'm going to go more light than the Librarian. Let's do that on Bong Bong, just in case. Now, Speed of Light. Immobilize half of the enemies rounded up every 5 scenes. So by half, you actually just mean immobilize 3. Okay, great. Reduce the cost of all pages in hand by 2. Increase the maximum roll amount of all dice by 1. Upon losing 3 clashes, take 10 stagger damage. Okay, so there's not a whole lot we can do about that. We're just kind of going to have to soak the damage. Yeah, so... Also, I'm trying to place this music. Sounds like some kind of remix. I'm not... Or no, it's... Wait, I recognize this! Wait, oh, this is actually in a playlist that me and my buddies will listen to when we're playing games. That's unusual. Or is my SoundCloud going? Hang on, I'm actually gonna check. No, my SoundCloud's not going. That's actually the song that they're using. Wow. How about that? That is a trippy experience. We're going to go for Unity Coordination, and then we're just going to soak the damage because we have no other choice. Alright, Mr. Dragon Man, let's hope that we're able to do a good amount of damage to you. We definitely are, but your counter dice is going to be a little bit of a problem, denying 2 of our attacks. Harbinger, luckily, is not going to get that extra dice because he went for someone who was staggered. Or immobilized, rather. Okay. Now, we should be able to do a little bit of something. I'm going to go for Shared Vision. Then I'm going to go Unity Intercede, and we're also going to go United March on the empty speed dice. Then, over here, we're going to go for Unity Bulwark. Oh, well, we're going to take some paralysis. Unity Coordination, I don't believe we're using, so let's go ahead and use that as well. And then I'm going to go Unity Intercede. Then, over here, we're going to go Unity Expectation. And I'm going to go for Bolster, because I don't believe that one is in use either. Then we're going to do Old Boys just to get ourselves going. And Crystal Havoc. Then we can go for Ferocious Blades, because boy, oh boy, did you make a mistake by attacking me. Let's go. Okay, 16 damage being done. Unity Coordination is almost winning the clash. Unfortunately, we do take quite a bit. Ooh, Ferocious Blades does get countered. Very unfortunate. That would have been a crap ton of damage. Oh well, what are you going to do? Okay, Shared Vision also isn't quite working out for us. Unity Intercede also not working out, but our bonus dice does allow us to get a little bit of damage. Plus, we are recovering a lot of our stagger and health. Okay, Unity Bolster actually doing more damage than I would have expected. Boost power of offensive dice, or outgoing damage by 3. Well, there's only one enemy, so I almost wonder if home would just work. Alternatively, let's go Emerald on Ivanko, because I rarely use it. And we're also going to go for the Harvest. Okay. So he gets to use everything. He's going for Photon Onslaught. Well, I say you don't get to do that. Dude, I rarely get to use that page, so I'm really happy it worked out. 6 to 11, tell you what, we go for the Harvest. And hope for the best. Then I'm going to go for a United March. I'm also going to go for Unity Bulwark over here. We're going to go for Zelkova because we really don't have much of a choice. And then next turn, we could potentially finish him off with Innocenza. However, I do need to restore... this is the Unity page. It also restores some light. We're going to go for Unity Fearlessness. We'll go Unit Strike just because... and then I'm going to go Unity Expectation to restore some of our stats. I want to try and finish it off with Innocenza. Okay, Lightning Rush rolled for 18, so there really wasn't much of a world that we countered that, unfortunately. Okay, counter dice doing big damage to us, but we do a 36 damage attack to him, though he does recover quite a bit of health immediately after. We're not quite able to win those clashes, so our one-sided attacks are pretty much going to be all of our damage this turn. Okay, Ranga Smithing. Man, she has not been getting a lot of emotion levels, huh? Okay, well, we're going to have to tank it this time. It is a mass summonation. So I'm going to go for Mook. And then we're going to try and finish it off with Innocenza. And then, you know, we're, so staggered. Oh, good. All right, we'll just try our best, team. Yeah, that's, we didn't counter it on Angela? Really? That's actually more surprising to me. Alright, well, Grapes manages to finish him off. He does survive with 10 health, though. So we'll probably see him again soon, quote, quote. Next up, the Impedance Office. By the way, the previous mod was titled as a work in progress thing, so, you know, room for improvement. I'm not going to be harsh on it. The groundwork is there, but it does need a little bit of the old tweak. Though, the last time it was updated was 2022, so I have a feeling that might not be coming anytime soon. But now we're up against the Impedance Office, starting with Saron. 118 health, 70 stagger resist. When inflicting paralysis using combat page, apply +1 additional stack at a 75% chance. When inflicting paralysis on self, the same. Collision voltage. If the maximum value is less than minimum value, the max die gains +2 to 4 power and you gain 1 negative emotion point. Dice are unaffected by paralysis gain... Die affected by paralysis gain +1 to their minimum value. If the minimum value is less than the minimum value, determine the result rolls of die between maximum and minimum values. Okay, little bit confused on the wording there, but that's alright. Current adaptation. At the start of each scene, restore 1 light and draw 1 page if character's paralysis stack is at 3 or higher. Current emission. At the start of each scene, gain 1 strength and endurance if character's paralysis stack is at 3 or higher. Unstable charge, which has 50... Well, we already know what that does. 50% chance for 1 strength. Bzz, bzz, and bzz, bzz. Capacitor. Restore 2 light, inflict 1 paralysis on self next scene. On hit, inflict 1 paralysis next scene. AC transmission. On use, draw 2 pages, inflict 1 paralysis on self next scene. On clash win, inflict 1 paralysis next scene. Impedance matching. On use, gain paralysis 1 to 5 next scene and the scene after. On hit, gain 3 strength next scene. Induction generator. Restore light equal to stacks of paralysis on each other. Draw cards equal to the amount exceeds the limit. Question mark? On clash lose, inflict 1 paralysis to each other next scene. Non-conductor. Combat start, die affected by paralysis gain +2 to their minimum values this scene. Magnetic flux. On use, gain 3 over current. If user's paralysis stack is lower than 3, destroy last dice on this page. On hit, inflict 1 paralysis to scene, and on hit, inflict 1 paralysis to target and 2 random enemies this scene. Voltage stable. On use, restore 2 light. Inflict 3 paralysis on self next scene. And admittance. On hit, inflict 1 paralysis next scene. On hit, add a slash die, roll 6 to 6 to the dice queue. Lethal. Okay. Perfect strike. When using a combat page with first and only non-counter offensive dice, this character's passives treat that combat page as singular strike. When using singular strike combat page, break all defensive dice, and the offensive dice gains +1 to 2 power for each destroyed die. That seems absolutely broken. Current emission, current adaptation, singular strike. When using a combat page with 1 non-counter die, the die gains +2 power and it yields twice as many emotion points at a clash. And deflect assault. Once per scene, respond to a one-sided attack with a block die, roll 2 to 6. Right. Okay, all the cards seem the same, except for Arc Rush. If user's paralysis stack is at 3 or higher, copy and add the first die twice to this. Okay, and then the little guys are pretty much the same. I don't see anything we have not seen already. Well then, shall we begin? Also, assuming our rolls are good, Gasmask Dave has the potential to absolutely one-shot people. However, we don't have the correct page, and also, bad rolls. So we're just gonna see how it goes. We are inflicting quite a bit of burn. All of them have a bit of bind, which, if they can't move, they can't do damage to us, kind of. Ouch. Okay, Gregory Dallas takes that damage and absolutely does not care. We do take a moderate amount of damage on Kyle, who is not using the dragon skin, but will be at some point. Okay, quick meal, unfortunately not really working out for us, though we do get through that counter dice. Icebreaker is going to give us a little bit of draw, and then we're immediately going to take big damage after. Okay, we didn't quite get enough to get our emotion level up, but we do have trash disposal. So if we can make this work, we have the very real potential to just one-shot somebody. I'm also going to get persistence going just in case. Then over here, we're going to go for an icebreaker. That should get through no problem. And then we're going to inflict a bit of... we're going to draw. Then... Ooh. Let's see. Gain 2 strength. Yeah. Then... all dice lose... So you gain strength, but lose minimum and maximum. That doesn't seem great. No, that doesn't seem great at all. Okay, I guess that's the one we're doing. Really awful rolls. We're gonna go Lady in the Lamp, and immediately follow it up by trying to heal for as much damage as we possibly can. We do have 3, so I think we'll re-roll once, and then we can go for Quick Meal to try and heal ourselves back up. I don't think we can... Oh, we can go for Raging Storm Love, so I'm absolutely going to, and that's our turn. Okay, relatively good damage being done, not to mention we do spread the burn. Okay, we get a nice little reroll in there. Good amount of healing being done. Icebreaker letting us win some clashes. More healing being done by Gregory Dallas. Quick Meal is going to bring us up to 81 health. Icebreakers for some more bind. Trash disposal! And then we get persistence. But because of the pages we have in hand, we can go for a second trash disposal directly next scene. So you love to see that. We're going to go for ashes on Kelana. Then I'm going to go for sweep them all. And we're going to try and go for a second trash disposal. Then I'm going to try and take you out with our 1-cost page, even though we're not below 40. We're going to go for Adorable Claws to try and win that clash. Bee Sting should get its value. Then we should have no problem clashing right here. Following it up with a Fiery Waltz. I'm going to go for Buff Up Mr. Kyle and also go for Insanity. Okay, we get a free Waned Evertide, and then I'm going to try and spread some more burn. Nah, I think we hold. Okay, Fiery Waltz does spread a little bit of burn, and we also spread some bind. Sweep them all. No! Fine. The first sweep went really well. The second one, unfortunately, did not. So we're going to go for Matchlight, and then we're just going to have them take their own attack. Finish her off as you will. That is not what I meant when I said finish her off as you will. You absolute buffoons. Huh. But that works. Bit of a weird way for Dave and Gregory Dallas to end it, but hey, I gave them the choice, and they went out with a bang. Now it's time for Gigantos! 660 health, 485 stagger resist. He's an oddly slow boy, all things considered. However, Target's dice cannot be recycled when hit or upon being deflected. Use 3 copies of Throat Jab on the attacker. Non-melee combat pages have their dice negated when successfully attacking this character. So, yeah, the page does warn that this is not a balanced experience, but do we care? Not at all. We're just gonna win. Throat Jab, 5 to 12, and that's all he has.
Well then, let the giant be felled!
Okay, so far we're looking pretty good. He is going to hit us 3 times, though, because we deflected him. Okay, he's going to hit us multiple times as well. That's fine. Could be a lot worse. Binding Chains getting good value, all things considered, but we're immediately going to get punched in the face. 3, 4, 5, 6 additional times. Not sure why he did it that many times, but alright. Ow. 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 Okay, so he's, hitting us a lot more than I thought he was going to, that's for certain. Okay, counter dice also counts for the multi-hit. Ow. 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 Painful. Ow. Okay. I was about to say, at least he's finally done with his assault, but, as it turns out, that's not true. We do end up getting our first stagger. And a line doing okay damage, but we're immediately going to get punched in the face 700 times before we're able to take another action, which could leave us in a relatively bad spot. We're certainly going to find out, though. Okay, so only one of us got staggered. That, you know, could have been worse, but we did inflict some bind and 5 feeble, which is, it's pretty good. Now, hang on. When hit or upon being deflected. Ah, okay. When hit. I thought it was only being deflected. Okay, so that's my bad. My bad, fam. Alrighty, well in that case, we're just gonna absolutely soak the damage. We're at 5, which is uneven, so we're gonna go for Astral Resonance, and then we're gonna go for End of the Line. Then, over here, can't go for Concierto, even though I would have wanted to. We'll try and, you know, win some clashes. It should go relatively well. We'll go for X-Rip, right? Everyone likes X-Rip. And Astral Resonance. Okay, time for us to get absolutely exploded. Okay, 14 damage. Our counter dice are getting a lot of value, though we are punched in the face pretty much immediately after. Quite a few times. Enough times to get staggered. Okay. Still getting punched in the face. However, Icebox does not care. He simply will not take damage. Yesod will simply tank those hits. Never mind, he gets staggered, but he's still taking 0. He's only taking 4. Donkey's Bray is going to get us a lot of stats. Unfortunately, Throat Jab is immediately going to retaliate on not Aeon, but not Aeon. The tankiest man alive also cannot be staggered. He might take extra damage, but it's not going to be nearly enough because he's still going to go for the Rooster's Crow, which is going to bring big old boy down to roughly half health. Boy, us debuffing him was immensely powerful. Tell you what, we're going for Metallic Ringing, and we're gonna do it. Who is the most, Mao, you're up. Alright, Mao, you've got this. All you've gotta do is hit him a couple times. The amount of locking. How much lock? I mean... Aw, we can't even use it. I thought maybe we could. Okay, hang on. Shield capacitor, right? Hear me out. By the way, shield capacitor. We become endured. Unfortunately, not to blunt. That would have been very, very nice. So, we're going to go for Shadow Tempest. And we'll use Ready to Go, because why not? Then, over here, who's performing? 2 out of 3? We take that. That's good enough for me. And then we'll also go for a very simple unlock. Then, over here, we're going to go for Trail R, and I'm also going to go for
Lean, bloody wings.
Okay, good amount of damage being done. Counter dice working very nicely for us. Unfortunately, Mal is immediately gonna get punched in the face 700 times. Mal survives, but then goes down to the next set of punches. Icebox doing very, very good damage. However, Throat Punch, guess what? We're gonna get punched in the face not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times, not 5 times, but a full 6-fingered punch. Where'd the extra finger come from? I don't know. That's just how many times we've gotten punched in the face that now we're no longer seeing the correct amount of numbers. Not Ayan, unfortunately, does go down, but we're going to hit him with the lean,
bloody wings.
Which is going to do quite a bit of damage. However, he doesn't like us doing damage to him, so he's going to go for a throat punch. Then he's going to go for a throat punch. Then he's going to go for a throat punch. Then he's going to go for a throat punch. Then he's going to go for a throat punch. Then he's going to go... Oh my lord, how many times are you gonna be able to do that, bro? Okay, tell you what. If he can get into the rhythm, so can we. Alright? Right? Hear me out. So here's what we do. We're gonna go for colossal, big brain healing. Right? Then... we're at 9, which is uneven. I'm going to go for Astral Resonance. And then we're going to go for Shockwave. Then, over here, we're going to swap to Serum W. We're going to use everybody's favorite Serum W itself. Then, we're going to go for Expiration. And we're going to hold and hope that's enough. Okay, unfortunately, he did destroy all of our dice, which does leave us throat jabbed. You know, Sally would be really good in this fight. Okay, a little bit more burn. We resist 1. He takes some bleed. Actually, he might just go down to the bleed. We do get quite a bit of healing on Ingvar, which is relatively nice. Unfortunately, we are going to get throat jabbed effectively 755 times. Astral Resonance doing big damage. He takes some bleed.
Bleed.
The bleed is possibly going to... be enough. And Gigantos gets throat jabbed. You like that? That's the move he was using. That's a new one. That's never happened before. Huh. What the heck was even causing that? Okay, so I have a feeling one of the more recent mods I've installed is kind of messing with the game. I don't know which one it is because I installed like 4 back-to-back, 3 of which we played in this episode. So maybe my recording changes aren't what's causing the game to destroy itself, and maybe it's one of the new mods we got, question mark. But regardless, I think we're going to keep it short and sweet and call it there. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode of The Library of Ruina. And in the next one, we are going to continue, at this point, our infinite adventure of playing every single mod on the workshop that I can understand, at least. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.